What is up, guys? Eli here, back for a cassette video slash heavy metal T-shirt video. I thought this was kind of funny. I've been doing my black metal shirts. I never really realized how fucking many I have. This is video number 3, and I do 20 per video, so I have no less than 60 black metal T-shirts. I'm not bragging or anything. I think that sounds kind of ridiculous. Because who knows how many more I have. It's fucking crazy. But anyways, we'll get on with this. I'm a bit tired. I'm kind of winded just talking. I've had a long fucking day. We are listening to, because that seems to be the thing to do. I haven't played this one in a while. This is one of the earlier Behemoth albums. We got Grom. This is back. Don't get me wrong, man. This is back when Behemoth played black metal. And they played that black metal very well. Their early stuff, I think, is absolutely killer. The demos, the first couple full lengths, I think they're fucking awesome. Yeah, they've gotten. I'm super sick of their current shit, but yeah, their black metal stuff will always have a spot in my black heart. This came out originally. This is a Metal Mind re-release. You guys might have seen these Metal Mind releases out of Poland. They actually do a really good job. They always have this hologram thing. But yeah, Metal Mind, kick-ass label. When did this come out? I'm sorry. I'm gonna look. Mid-90s, I'm sure. Yeah, Metal Mind, man. They just do everything I have from them. They do a bang-up fucking job. But I don't remember what year. I'm not gonna go through it. But anyways, the album is called Grom. I think it came out in the mid-90s. Look it up. Like I said, if you're a younger metal fan, and you don't like current Behemoth, but you like black metal, definitely look into their early black metal stuff. It's fucking pretty good, I'd say. I think we're gonna start with the tapes. I know the shirt videos aren't super popular. Some of you like them. I enjoy doing them, but I figure I'll do the tapes first. If you're bored by the shirt videos, you can just duck out early. I'll never know. I wouldn't care anyways. So I'm going to start with these two because I left these out of my previous tape video. Not really sure what happened, but yeah, trying to leave no stone unturned. We're going to start off with quite a banger. Honestly, I consider this to be a masterful black metal album. This is one of the earlier Gore albums, Noctimin from the Twilight Kingdom. Yeah, it's another one of those Division Nordwolf versions. Not the greatest layout, but the tapes sound fine. This album was recorded in '95. I don't remember if it came out in '95 or '96, but decent J card. I would not by any means say that this is the definitive version of this album, but if you want the album, you see this kicking around, it's a decent version. Next we have I love this band, but this release is kind of terrible, to be honest. This is a tribute to the Devil's Music by Acheron. This is the Nightbirds Records version, limited to 300 copies. So this is just all covers, and they're not great covers. I really, I don't know, I didn't get much out of this. You got Black Sabbath, Possessed, Celtic Frost, Iron Maiden, Creator, Motorhead, Kiss, Bathory, Venom. I don't know. Some bands are good at making covers. Maybe Acheron just aren't one. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the band, but I don't know. Unless you're a completist or just a nut for covers, I don't think that's a thing. I don't know. I'd say steer clear of it, but listen to it or whatever before you buy it, at least. Next we have a band I quite like. I've been following them for some time. They have kind of got ventured into weird territory. as far as like lineups and shit go. But we got Evangelist with Dream and Evil Dream. This is an EP that came out, I don't know, a handful of years ago, 2015. So Evangelists are a pretty cool, like, kind of nightmarish sounding black death metal band. This is, every now and then they'll experiment with, some noisier, experimental sounding shit, and that's what this is. If I remember correctly, I don't think there's a lot of metal on here. There might not be any metal. Haven't listened to it for a while because, to be honest, it's kind of a painful listen. Like I said, I like all their shit, but this one, not super into this. So the J card says 2015. On the tape itself, it says 2016. So not sure. This was put out by the label Sol E Nieve, which is run by a good friend of mine, co-worker and buddy. He's not super active with his label right now, which is a fucking shame because he's always done top-notch work. Check out the tape. I mean, you just don't see shit like that every day. Really, really nice. Everything he's done has been really, really nice. Again, I can't really recommend this release, but I mean, if you can find this version of the tape and you're an Evangelist fan, definitely grab it. Just because, like I said, he does such nice work. This is only limited to 100 copies. I can't remember if he's the only one that put this tape out. I think he didn't do the other. I don't know if it's available on CD or vinyl or anything like that. If there is, he didn't put those out. So, anyways, I don't know. What do you guys think of Evangelist? And if you like them, have you heard this release? I don't like it, to be honest. Maybe I could spend a little more time with it, but this far, yeah, I've just never been a fan. Because yes, I like black metal, and I'm also a fucking dork. I like some of the Alan Parsons project stuff. This is the album from 1982, year I was born, Eye in the Sky. This is, I don't want to say a fan favorite, but the diehard fans do seem to really like this album. I'm not as into it. I have this Canadian version. This is the more pop-oriented side of. Alan Parsons' project did a lot of pop-oriented stuff. I'm more into the earlier proggy stuff. So, I mean, the pop stuff they did is still pretty good. I don't know. I haven't spent a long time with this album, to be honest. I always go for like the first 3 albums or so. So I could actually stand to listen to this a little more, but I don't think it's ever going to be one of my favorites. And then somehow I ended up with 2 versions, or not versions even, but 2 copies of fucking The Very Best Live. It's just it's a live album from 1995. It's a tape. I don't know why I'm showing this J card, like, as if any of you give a fuck. Like, are there any Alan Parsons fans here that are watching this? Super multi-panel J card, by the way. Fucking 9 or 10 panels. I have not listened to this, to be honest. I've had it for a good couple years. I just realized I haven't listened. I should, because I'd be really interested to see how the Alan Parsons material, how they replicated it live. Since some of their stuff is pretty complex. Next, we have in my opinion, a quite underrated heavy metal band. I absolutely love this band. I'm trying to show them in order, but I don't remember which one came out first. I have 3 albums from them. Was it No Parole for Rock and Roll? Maybe. We have Alcatraz. Great, awesome heavy metal band out of the U.S. This, like I said, may or may not be their debut album. This came out in '83. So I'm a big fan of Graham Bonnet, American singer, one of the most underrated singers in metal, maybe the most underrated singer in heavy metal. The dude is just an absolute powerhouse. He can do it all, man. You know, he can sing high, he can sing low. His range is all over the place. He's not typically one of your heavy metal, you know, high-pitched singers. He's not a Rob Halford or a Jeff Tate, though he does have the technical ability. His preferred range seems to be more of like a mid-range. But I like when he showcases his abilities to do, you know, stuff that you know, not everyone can do. So, this band is also famous for being one of the early bands to feature Yngwie Malmsteen, you know, the Swedish guitar maestro, who I am kind of a fan of. I like some Yngwie albums a lot. Some I don't have the time for. But yeah, Graham Bonnet, Yngwie Malmsteen. Who else is in this band? Gary Shea on bass. Jan Uvita on drums. Jimmy Waldo on keyboards. And yeah, so Yngwie, I think he was, I can't remember if this, so this is after he was in Steeler, if I remember correctly. Like directly after. So musically, this band, at least on the first couple albums, it's it would fit in really well on Shrapnel Records, but I don't think they were ever signed to Shrapnel. It's neoclassical, it's early power metal, it's heavy, you know, traditional heavy metal, hard rock, all that stuff rolled into one. It's just great. So this is their second album. I'm correct for once. Yeah, second album, Disturbing the Peace. Arguably my favorite from them. I have a hard time choosing between the first two. So the lineup on this one, I think Yngwie had left by this time. He only played on the first album. God damn, where's the lineup? Holy shit. Gary Shea on bass. Yeah, Graham Bonnet on vocals. Oh yeah, that's right. So Steve Vai replaced. Isn't that weird? Yeah, Steve Vai replaced Yngwie on this, and you know, picks up right where Yngwie left off, and does a hell of a job. Obviously, we know who Steve Vai is. He's next to Yngwie as, you know, one of the most popular guitarists of that style. You know, the total shredder type dude. So definitely look into Alcatraz. If you've never heard them, I think, like I said, they're well known, but I think a bit underrated. This was their third album, and at the time, their final album. This came out in, '86? What a way to go out, and I don't really mean that in the best of ways. Dangerous Games. Look at that cover art. Could you be more 80s? I doubt it. This album, I do like this album simply for Graham's vocals. This album is super poppy. Clearly they were just basically trying to sell out, become more of a AOR rock pop band. Lineup wise, I don't know, this J card sucks. I don't know if it was still Steve Vai. Anyways, it doesn't matter. You can look into it yourself. Like I said, I think Graham's vocal performance here is quite entertaining, but musically it's a shit album that I do enjoy listening to from time to time. It's catchy, it's kind of a fun listen. It's just not a great album. I got a couple more. Next we have from Slovenia, if I remember correctly, we have the debut Gore album. Excellent black metal, cold, kind of pagan-y sounding, but very, very grim. This is the Stuza Productions version. They did a good job. It's a nice J card. Two dudes in this band, Apparently, I didn't really remember that, but yeah, if you're into black metal, and honestly, their second album might even be better than this. So underrated gem of a band for the black metal stuff. And last but not least, I have this. This is a pretty obscure and rare tape. This band existed for a short time. They're from France. This is the only demo they ever did. We got Al's Barth with Sabat. Raw necro black metal, to say the least. But definitely look into it. This is self-released. I believe I do have I might have another copy or two kicking around, so if you like what you hear, if you can even find it to listen to anywhere, yeah, come find me on Instagram or whatever, and I can ship you a copy for a more than fair price. It's a super hard tape to find. So, that is it for the tapes. We'll get on to close the video out with my, maybe or maybe not, my last video for my black metal shirts. I probably still have a couple more after this. We'll do a part 4 of my black metal shirt collection. Ridiculous. This is a band I quite like, more than most of the genre anyways, for, like filthy black death metal. We got, where are they from, by the way? Anyways, Sodomator. It might be from Denmark, I can't remember. Very cool shirt. Goat's Brew, Alcatraz. I've wore this one a billion times. I think it's a bootleg too, but the quality is really, really good. I got that, again, back in my eBay bootleg days where I still hadn't quite figured eBay out. Ordered a bunch of bootleg shirts without knowing that they were bootlegs, but I still have them. Next, Death Fetishist, Upturning the Chalice. Death Fetishists are actually a really good US black metal band. This shirt was also made by my buddy from Soli Nieve. He's got his logo there on the sleeve. Don't like the name of the band, but the music is really awesome. This is not a shirt, as you can see. It's a hoodie. Goat Whore hoodie. Got this back when I saw them live. I think this is when they were touring with Exodus. Goat Whore on the sleeve. I've wore this at least probably 1,000 times. There's the back. Pretty cool. I've always liked Goat Whore. I've always kind of, I don't know if I'd call them underrated, but they kind of are. I don't know. I feel like not enough people give them a chance, just because they're, they spent a lot of their career signed to, bigger labels and stuff. But whatever. I like them. Especially the first 3 albums are killer. Chaos Moon, another really, really good black metal band out of the US. Timeless Disease on the back. One of their albums, I think it's like their second or third album. I can't remember exactly, but it was literally one of my favorite black metal albums of all time. I like it so much that I can't even remember the name. It's a hard one to remember. And I bought this from the band probably 12, 13 years ago. Ceremonial Castings was a symphonic black metal band out of the Seattle area. I liked them a lot at the time. I've kind of since then, I don't know, I like them a lot less now, we'll put it that way. I still like a lot of symphonic black metal, but they're one of those bands who, I don't know, they're pretty good at what they do, or what they used to do, but I don't know, they just, for me, the music, on a personal level, hasn't aged as well as, I would have liked it to. Next, we have the Perverted Ceremony t-shirt, Sabbath of Gehazel. Got this from Nuclear War Now Records. You can probably still get one. They probably still have them, I'm not sure. Very cool. I'm a big fan of the band. Very cool black death metal out of the US. I always said kind of like maybe Goat Lord meets Beherit. Lazy comparison, but it works. Also have this long sleeve. I bought this at the same time as the t-shirt. What does it say? Graveyard Sacred Worship. As always, you know, Nuclear War Now does a kick-ass job. There's the back, the two dudes. It's got that on the side of the sleeve, and I don't know, maybe the same on the other side. Cool band. I've kind of like failed to buy their last couple releases though, so I need to get back on the train. Thou Art Lord shirt out of a great old school Greek black metal. I don't remember where I got this. I think Nuclear War Now. Black fucking metal. I don't know what it says. It's got Greek print, and I don't know what that says. But it's a killer shirt, as you can see. I'm a big Greek black metal fan, and that they are, you know, that's definitely one of the best. This is from an old U.S. black metal band. They have actually been active again. They had a couple albums out in the early to mid '90s, back on Wild Rags, actually, the old California label. So this is from their first album, right? The Summoning, and definitely their best album. I think this one still really holds up. Some of their other stuff not quite as much, but their first three albums I thought were great. But that's by far their best. This I got back, I don't know, 8 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago maybe, when I saw them live with Teen. Saw them live with the Devil's Blood, In Solitude, and Behemoth. Tour shirt. I rarely wear it. It just doesn't fit me well. It's one of those shirts where it's a medium, but the neck is like made for a 300-pound dude. So I don't know. For that reason, I rarely wear it. It's a killer shirt though. Watain always do a bang-up job with their merch. I mean, they're known for that. So we got Nightbringer, Death in the Black, or what's the album called? Death in the Black Work, which is the title of their debut full-length album from 11, 12 years ago, something like that. Great U.S. black metal. Kind of like that occult sound. Even they even dabble a little bit in kind of a symphonic. Sometimes they sound like early Emperor, and when they do, I think they really. I think that's when they sound the best. Next, Grave Worm. I love this band. I consider the dude in this band a friend. He's a good guy. So Cam Lee of Death and Massacre did the artwork. Very cool, huh? Grave Worm is just one of those bands that he does what he does. He doesn't vary much from release to release. He's very stubborn about his sound. He does not want to evolve as a musician or a songwriter. He just wants, I shouldn't say songwriter, but I mean he wants Grave Worm to sound like Grave Worm, which is just ancient sounding, nasty, black death doom metal. If you like that kind of stuff, just primitive and raw, you might like some Grave Worm. Hackabits, one of my favorite bands out of Mexico. Death black metal. Very underrated in my opinion. This came out or Moribund Records put this out. Got a couple more guys. Another Grave Worm shirt, Deeper Dungeons. Cover art was done by Mark Riddick. Velnias. Got this shirt the first time I saw Velnias live. 10, 11, 12 years ago, something like that. Velnias are a cool band. I'm not huge into the sound, you know, the type of stuff that they play, but I do like some of it, and they're an amazing live band. They kind of play like kind of that Cascadian sounding black metal stuff. Maybe a little bit more on the doomy side, but I don't know. I like the band. I like them more as a live band than the albums. I have another Bill Nye shirt. This one I saw just a couple years ago, this album I saw. This shirt I bought from the band a couple years ago when I saw them live for the third time. It's a nice shirt, don't get me wrong. They went I don't like the style of shirt that they use. It's kind of that like stretchy, athletic fit type shit. I don't know. Great shirt, but I rarely wear it for that reason. I don't like the material, but what can you do? Kilgasm Shirt. Kilgasm were a band that I really used to enjoy listening to. I became kind of good, you know, internet buddies with one of the dudes from the band. I still talk to him to this day. He's awesome. He's been in several other really cool bands since then. So, but Kilgasm are no more. But he's always doing more shit with his other bands. I know I shouldn't show this, but whatever. I bought this before the controversy, but I rarely wear it anymore. Inquisition. Beyond the Celestial Zenith. Bought this when I saw them live. Here's the back. I don't know, man. I'm not going to go into it. Yeah, I'm pretty repulsed by what went down. That said, I've always been a huge Inquisition fan. I think they are one of the best black metal bands ever to come out of the U.S. And it's a fucking shame that shit went down the way it did. So speaking of, we're going full circle here. Got an Evangelist Shirt. Very cool, very nice shirt. New Age death metal. Also put out by my buddy Insali Nieve Records. So he always puts his logo on the sleeve. Cool, right? And last but certainly not least, we have the mighty Impiety from Singapore. So this is a tour shirt. I did not see this tour. I just bought it because I wanted an Impiety shirt at the time, and this is the only one I could find. So it says Bestial Domination Tour 2008. So I bought it around then. I know, purple on black, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's a really cool shirt. It says at the top, says Bringing Death to All, and they toured with Gloria Belly out of France and Spearhead out of the UK. Both really cool bands. Although Gloria Belly, goddamn dude, talk about a band that just shit the bed. They haven't put out a good album in fucking years. I don't know what happened there, but their first album is pretty great. So anyways, that's all I got. Talk to me about the shirts, talk to me about the tapes, if you feel like it. Do you like any Behemoth, especially the early stuff? If you've been into black metal for a good long time, I don't see how you could not like the early Behemoth stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it's, you know, necessarily one of the best bands from the early 90s, but still very good. So anyways, Louis says hello. He's back here. There he is. I'm gonna go to sleep. I am fucking exhausted. But as always, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon. Cheers, guys.